Hello everyone. Welcome to Lesson 3 of the Crowpanel ESP32E Paper HMI Display Tutorial Series. In this lesson, we will explain in two parts. The first part is how to display text partially on the screen of this series of boards, and the second part is how to display text in full screen on the screen of this series of boards. So, how was it implemented? Now, let's unravel this mystery together. For the 6 sizes included in this tutorial series, 5.79 inches, 4.2 inches, 3.7 inches, 2.9 inches, 2.13 inches, and 1.54 inches, due to their different sizes, the range of text that needs to be displayed is also different. You need to choose the appropriate font and display range according to your actual needs. In screen display, the commonly used fonts for ASCII code are Font 12, Font 16, Font 24, and Font 48. This is the difference in their display on the screen, and they use the EPD showString function to display these strings. We will explain the usage of this function later. Taking the 5.79-inch motherboard as an example, I will use font size 24 to guide everyone in displaying the text. Let's first implement the first part, which is to display text locally on the board screen. You can download the information we provide. Open the provided code, click on 5.79 ESP32E3, click on example code, click on 5.79 partial refresh text, and open it with Arduino IDE. After opening the code, you can see that it is very similar to the code in the previous class, with the initialization screen code and driver code basically unchanged. It should be noted that the part text display function is used to display text locally. You can see the parameters of this function, where content is the text content you want to display. Start X and Start Y are the starting horizontal and vertical coordinates of the text area to be displayed. Font size is the font size, color is the font color, and index and end are the ending. Horizontal and vertical coordinates of the text area to be displayed. At the beginning of the code, you need to declare and define the parameters according to your own ideas, but please note that for the 5.79 size motherboard, the maximum horizontal and vertical coordinates are 792 and 272, which are the maximum resolution of the screen. Font size options include 12, 16, 24, and 48, available in white and black colors. The part text display function is actually used to display text, which is the EPD showString function. Click EPD point cup file. By sliding the mouse down, you can understand that this function is used to display strings, and the EPD showString function actually calls the EPD showString function, which is used to display a single character. Because the font is size 24, the width of each character is 12, and the vertical spacing of each character is 24. Let me give you an example. This code prints hello on the screen. You can notice that X in the code increases by 12 each time, so these 5 letters are closely related together. Of course, you can also use the EPD showString function to print hello. If the font size is 12, the width of each character is 6, and the vertical spacing of each character is 12. If the font size is 16, the width of each character is 8, and the vertical spacing of each character is 16. If the font size is 48, the width of each character is 24, and the vertical spacing of each character is 48. After understanding these functions, you only need to determine the parameters of the part text display function during your use. What I showed in the video is the requirement to display my content 1 within the range of 150 to 500, 200, which is the content that needs to be displayed. You can make changes according to your actual situation. Remember that for the 5.79 size, the maximum horizontal axis is 792 and the maximum vertical axis is 272. The maximum horizontal and vertical axis limits for other sizes, that is to say, the maximum resolution of each size, can be reviewed in the second lesson. After determining the parameters, configure the runtime environment. If you don't remember how to configure it, you can review the first lesson. After configuration, you can start compiling the code, downloading and running the program. After a while, you can see the text content in the range of 100, 50 to 500, 200. In the code we provide, the 4.2-inch ink screen will display text in the range of 0 to 200, 300. The 3.7-inch ink screen will display text in the range of 0 to 200, 240. Please note that the following sizes 2.9, 2.13, and 1.54 will place them with font size 16. The 2.9 size ink screen will display text in the range of 0 to 148, 128. The 2.13 size ink screen will display text in the range of 0 to 125, 122. The 1.54 sizing screen will display text in the range of 0 to 76, 152. That's all for displaying text locally. Next, let's start the second part on how to display text in full screen on the screen of this series of boards. Open the provided information. Click on 5.79 SP32s3. Click on Example Code. Click on 5.79 Global Refresh Text. Select the INO file and open it with Arduino IDE. In this code, most of the things that need attention have been emphasized earlier. Just pay attention to the long text screen function, which is used for displaying long text. The first parameter is X, and the starting horizontal axis is. The second parameter is I, the starting horizontal axis. The third parameter is the text you need to display. The fourth parameter is font size. The fifth parameter is font color. Because it is a full screen display, the starting horizontal and vertical coordinates are set to 0, and you can input the content you want to display in the text. Configure the running environment, compile the code, download, and run the program. Wait for a moment, and you will see the text displayed in full screen. For the code we provide, please note that for global text display of other sizes, the range of I in the max charnum per line and long text screen functions at the beginning of the code needs to be adjusted according to the different resolutions of each size. Show the results of other sizes obtained for reference, and pay attention to the different resolutions during your use. That's all for now. If this class has been helpful to you, we hope you can give us feedback and encouragement. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.